he do his best and go fight Earl Spence then? Shut up, take a little bit less money, be quiet, humble yourself, and fight Earl Spence, he a stud. Do what he say, and then you might be the challenger sometimes.
Man, sit your ass down.
So what do I do, YouTube? It's your boy King David in this thing, and I'm back at y'all again with another video. Okay, so before we get going on the video, man, y'all know what to do. Go ahead, hit the like button, and if you're new here, be sure to subscribe one time for your boy, so we can continue to grow like we need to grow on this channel. You know what I mean? So yes, sir, man. Y'all see what the title of the video is, man. Demetrius Andrade signs with Showtime and targets Jermall Charlo, right? Which is what he should be doing. You know what I mean? Targeting the biggest and best fights out there. But you know, Andrade is one of those guys who gets criticized for doing what he's supposed to be doing, right? Meanwhile, these other suckers, these other motherfuckers who are trying to fight less important, less competitive fights get celebrated for fighting slightly better bums than the bums that Andrade is fighting. But nevertheless, I digress. You know what I'm saying? Demetrius Andrade signs with Showtime, right? And he pretty much did what a lot of you haters said that he should have did, right? He pretty much did what a lot of you fanboys were saying Andrade needed to do in order to get some of these fights, right? Andrade signed to DAZN. I don't know why he would sign to DAZN. You can't, DAZN. Why would you sign to DAZN? Even though Triple G and Canelo were both on the DAZN side, you niggas complained about Andrade signing with DAZN and said that Andrade should have signed with PBC. And well, now he's signed at Showtime, in which Showtime is now an affiliate of PBC, right? They work hand in hand together, meaning that there's no reason why these fights shouldn't happen between Jermall Charlo, between David Benavidez, between Caleb Plant, right? Ain't that how it's supposed to go? Only time will tell as to see whether or not it actually goes like that. But y'all get what I'm getting at with this shit though, don't you? Nevertheless, I digress once again, because I believe at this particular point in time in Andrade's career, this was a smart move to go with Showtime, right? It was a smart move to sign with a network. And I'm going to tell you why it was a smart move to sign with Showtime. The first reason it was a smart move to sign with Showtime is because, well, first and foremost, Showtime's clearly going to pay him more than the $35 worth of food stamps he was going to get to fight Zach Parker and Johnny Beck, right? I mean, it amazes me that some of you weird-ass dudes think Demetrius Andrade would duck Johnny Beck and Zach Parker, two of the most insignificant fighters I can think of. Two niggas who you barely know who the fuck they is. Johnny Beck looked pedestrian in his last fight, right? His last two fights, right? One against an over-the-hill guy who lost almost 10 times, right? And the other against some no-name motherfucker, right? Pedestrian as fuck. And then Zach Parker just quit in the ring. He just quit against John Ryder, right? So it amazes me that you weirdos think that Demetrius Andrade ducked these two basic ass motherfucking fighters. Y'all gotta be kidding me. I mean, how hard is it to understand that you gotta get paid for work? You know what I'm saying? How hard is it to understand that you gotta make money in order to do some shit? You need money to feed your family in order to survive. How hard is it to understand that you don't do shit for free, especially when you're good at it? Ain't any of y'all seen the movies? Y'all ain't never heard that quote before? If you're good at something, you never do it for free. Y'all basically, these niggas were basically asking Demetrius Andrade to fight for free. Basically. So Demetrius Andrade signs with Showtime. And I'm sure it's pretty much known. I mean, I'm sure Showtime is paying him more than the Burger King coupon that they were going to pay that they were going to pay Andrade to fight Zach Parker and Johnny Beck. So that's the first reason that this is a smart move, right? The second reason this is a smart move is because Andrade moved to a place where there's a lot of action for him. You know, the best fights are over at DAZN, but the more consistent, more realistic fights to be made are over on Showtime. The David Benavidez's are on Showtime. The Caleb Plants are on Showtime. Right? The Jermall Charlo fights are on Showtime. So Andrade made a very good move by signing the Showtime, right? Crossing the street, signing the Showtime, and making these fights that much more possible to be made, right? But if you take that and you couple that with the fact that Caleb Plant, Jermall Charlo, and David Benavidez have all verbally expressed interest in a Demetrius Andrade fight, it makes those fights that much more realistic and possible to be made, right? The fourth reason that this is a smart move is because Demetrius Andrade signed to Showtime, but not PBC. I think that's a brilliant move. An absolute brilliant move. Why is it a brilliant move? Well, I think it's pretty clear that the PBC is a sinking ship. I think it's pretty clear that the PBC ain't going nowhere. I think it's pretty clear at this particular point the PBC is anti-big fight. The PBC is anti-getting their fighters active, anti-making good moves when it comes to the fighters that they represent. The PBC is just pretty much anti-everything when it comes to fighters in their best interest. So by not signing a PBC but still signing a Showtime, he puts himself in position to make for those fights to be made with the PBC fighters, but not completely jailing himself or subjecting himself to the treatment of a typical PBC fighter, which we all know ain't good. You know what I mean? So with all that said, Andrade made a good move by signing a Showtime. I think there's some big fights in the horizon for Demetrius Andrade. I think he's that much closer to his goal. You know what I mean? And, you know, Andrade made it clear that he wants Charlo next, which I mentioned a little earlier, which makes a whole lot of sense, man. Charlo and Andrade make up a pay-per-view fight. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. The backstory, the bad blood, it makes it more than sellable. But the question is always going to be when it comes to Jermall Charlo, will he get in the ring with a Demetrius Andrade? I think is the bigger question. The fact of the matter is Jermall Charlo hasn't fought all of 2022 and he needs to do something big in 2023. You know what I mean? And he might just be willing to get in the ring with Demetrius Andrade. You know what I mean? But I think it's smart for Andrade to target Charlo. Charlo already said that he wanted Andrade, even though Charlo's a cap artist, you know what I'm saying. But Charlo already said he wanted Andrade. Andrade wants Charlo. They are part of the same network now. I mean, the only thing to do is make the fight happen. I believe Jermall Charlo is exclusively signed to Showtime as well. Not only the PBC, but Showtime as well. So, honestly, man, that's the fight, man. That's the fight to be made right now. There's no reason why that fight shouldn't happen. And Andrade made it clear that if he can't get Charlo, he's going to be looking for Benavidez and Plant as secondary options. But the fight that makes the most sense is the Jermall Charlo fight. Again, a whole lot of backstory, man. That's a pay-per-view fight. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. I don't care what nobody says that Andrade can't sell or Charlo. Nah, bro, that's a pay-per-view fight. Andrade and Charlo, point blank, period, end of discussion, man. But you know, all in all, man, I'm just happy for my guy. Whatever the case, I'm just happy for my guy. The fact of the matter is he's back in the ring. He's on a Tank Davis undercard, you know, which I ain't too happy about, but it is what it is. He back in the ring, you know what I'm saying? Probably making more than $10 in a coupon for Red Lobster like he was against Johnny Beck and Zach Parker. You know what I'm saying? You know, the haters gonna hate, but fuck 'em. The future looks bright for Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade, man. Let me know what y'all think, man. Hit it up in the comment section below. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. And everybody, and I do mean everybody, be sure to hit that goddamn like button on your way out. But until next time, man, I'm going to holler at y'all. Peace.